level may not be true in the spiritual level or in alam al-ghayb. Do you know that there is gravity in paradise? But some people think so, but I'm not sure. And do you think that the biology will be the same in paradise? I don't think so, but some people think the same, because I believe that truth is multiplex, and there is a great difference between the moon and the earth. And the moon is just, a celestial body in the orbit of the earth. So if there is such a great difference between the closest, planet to earth, then there must be even greater difference between the material level of existence and the non-material level of existence. So we should not be reductionist. We should not project the laws and rules in this globe to al-alamin. It would be wrong. So our educational system should teach children this multiplex worldview. We should not just teach them the materialistic scientific view. So one day I was listening to my daughter. So she was like reading something for homework, and she was saying the world is endless, because this is how it's written in the textbook. And then I said only Allah is endless. How can the world would be endless? Because those materialists who wrote the textbook, in their view, the whole world is just material, and there is nothing beyond material existence. So, like all these textbooks should be rewritten. Our teachers, our principals and head teachers, they should not use the existing textbooks. They should aim producing their own textbooks based on this multiplex worldview. And the most important difference is that we don't object anything they say about material existence, but the only difference is that we are not reductionists. We don't say everything is about that. There is nothing beyond it. And the fifth feature of the Islamic education is universalism. When it comes in relating to others, and Rasulullah ﷺ was very universalistic, and the Quran is very universalistic. Allah Ta'ala calls in the Quran, Ya ayyuhan nas. The address is to whole humanity, but not just the Muslim community. And we should educate our children in such a way that they act in an ethical, moral way, not only with Muslims, but also with non-Muslims. Because Rasulullah is a good example. He used to borrow money from the Jews, and then he even left his shield, before he died to a Jew. From him, he borrowed money. He could have borrowed money from a Muslim. Why did he borrow from a Jew? Why did he borrow from Abu Bakr and Umar and Uthman? But he borrowed from a Jew to teach us a lesson that you can do business, with people who are not Muslim, right? So especially today in the globalized world, we should educate our children in such a way that they know how to properly, successfully collaborate with non-Muslims. And the sixth thing is the equality of men and women, because Rasulullah said, "Talab al-ilm faridatun ala kulli muslimin wa muslimatin." You see, he specifically mentioned that Muslim women are also required to learn ilm. And of course, there is fard ayn ilm, and there is fard kifaya ilm. And so we should encourage our women to study as much as possible, but without becoming feminist. They can be Islamic feminists the way Sayyidatna Aisha and Khadija and Fatima were, but nothing different than this. And also they can be feminists like the woman al-Mujadila, the woman who came to Prophet Muhammad and argued and defended the rights of women against Rasulullah. So, you know, our women should follow these role models, you know, and this equality is very much established, alhamdulillah, in our religion. We don't need to go to another, you know, ideology to defend our rights. I mean, like communism was not about defending rights of the working class. It was about spreading atheism. Because you can defend rights of the working class without being atheist, but the communists told everyone that in order to defend rights of the working class, you have to be atheist. And there's no logical reason for it. And today, you know, they are telling women, in order to defend rights of the woman, you have to be atheist. You have to reject all the religions, which is, I mean, there is no logical link between the two. And our women should be aware of this. And the seventh important issue is isnad. And isnad is something Muslims invented to secure transmission of knowledge and also education of new generations, and it's based on one-to-one relationship between the teacher and the students. It's customized education, it's individualized education. So in the Ottoman education system, every student had a teacher, and that teacher gave lessons to this one student separately. There was no mass production. And my Shaykh, rahimahullah, he told me once that he started teaching after Salat al-Fajr and he finished before Isha. And I said, how many students